And hello everyone, welcome to this video of again Salome. Last time we were doing this face and vertex distance measuring, and now we want to use that to identify faces. We want to use that to identify faces and quickly get on the way to dealing with our face groups, right? So I'm going to vim two things: vim live demo cylinder class and mesh and export python dump.py. So bn, yeah. So bn, and let's see what we must do over here. Oh, this is not the one. Yes, this is the one I want to check out. It's the one where we work with groups. And what are we doing here? Remember the last time I was saying that you need to first get a subface list, which is what we have. Then you can get the group, and to find the correct face to add using the group, you use this jumpy get subshape ID. Okay, jumpy get subshape ID. Okay, so what are we trying to do here? Okay, so yeah, we have to look at these things. So for example, let's say we want to add the bottom face. Okay, we want to add this is the wrong file. Oops. Okay, vim live demo cylinder class and something else.py. Meshing with patches.py. Meshing with patches.py. Okay, I'll go to the other one. All right, so if you take a look at this one, you see that is a create group. Okay, outlet equals jumpy create group. So that actually does the same thing as this create group thing here. So the thing that we use here to get this make this outlet only one face is to use this union ID syntax. It's slightly different from this jumpy add object group face ID, but yeah, I guess using either one will work. Okay, so let's do one that so-called gets the face ID first. Oopsie. Let's get one with the face ID. Okay, so where were we? We were right here. For face in face list, print the distance. Okay, so now let's take this, use this distance to our advantage. Okay, and we are going to make a class. Oh no, we're not going to make another class. We're going to, let's see, where should I put this method? Get and set functions. Okay, I'll just put it here, not the update browser. So this one I want to call it 1, 2, 3, 4 def add bottom inlet face, or rather instead of add bottom inlet face, I would say build bottom inlet face. Then I'll have a few arguments here. First is the self. Of course, we can add other arguments along the way. Okay, one here. What is this thing supposed to do? Okay, so first thing this function will do is, well, it will need to take in a face list. Maybe I don't delete this. Okay. Face list. Okay, where's this face list come from? You will have to use this. Where's this face list? Oh man. Build face list from shape. Yeah, maybe I should put this under intermediate calculations. So let me put that there, just for I'll yank this. I'll paste it here. Yes, there is some order to the chaos. Every bit of chaos needs some order. Unless you really like having headaches, then by all means design however you want. All right, so here's your built bottom inlet face. What is this thing supposed to do? Okay, it's supposed to measure distance between 2 points. Okay, and then based on that, I will add the face, the bottom face. So what's the first thing we do? We get our 2 points, the face and the bottom vertex. Okay, that's the conceptual thing. Second, we measure distance. Third, if distance equals 0, okay, if distance equals 0, then we add that specific face to the group. This is a very large overview. So how does the third step go? First thing, part 1. Let's 3 part 1. Okay, of course, this is the third step, right? 3 part 1. What are we supposed to do? We will first get the face ID. 3 part 2. Then we will use the face ID to add the group, or add the face to the correct group. Yeah. And part 3. Okay, part 3. Okay, so anyway, where were we? Okay, so once we use the face ID to add to the correct group, add the face to the correct shape. Okay, so we'll need a few arguments. One is the face list. Second is the shape. Okay, whatever shape that is. Yeah, I'm not going to use the default thing. All right, so yeah, this is how we do the built bottom inlet face. Okay, so let's get our 2 points. Firstly is the vertex. Okay, I'll call this the bottom vertex or bottom inlet point, or bottom inlet vertex, just to be very precise. Okay, bottom inlet vertex equals to self dot get bottom inlet point. Right? Do I have that? Do I have this get bottom inlet point? Yep. Get bottom inlet point. Yes, I do have that. So that's the first vertex. So yeah, so we will get this bottom inlet point. Secondly, we will measure distance between this bottom inlet point and the face list. And the face, okay, for face in face list, what do? We need to measure distance. Okay, where's the min distance? The min distance function. Min distance. I can't even remember where did I put the min distance. Should be under the test. Get min distance. Okay, so it's called get min dist. All right, so I'll just copy and paste this here. Okay, bottom inlet vertex. Okay, for face in face list, we will get the distance first. So the start point will be bottom inlet vertex just for this function. Endpoint will be the face. Okay, so distance equals to this. Distance equals to this. Okay. Once we have this, we'll need to have an if loop within the for loop. Okay. If distance equals to 0, then we will get the face ID. Otherwise, we don't do anything, of course. If distance equals 0, let's get the face ID. How do we get the face ID? Okay, let's save it. How do you get face ID? Oh, getting face ID is something we do over here. Okay, you see this thing, face ID equals geompy get subshape ID. Okay, so let's do that. Or only if distance equals to 0. Pardon me, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll delete that 23 out. Face ID equals to geompy. Well, it needs to be self-geompy. Self.geompy get subshape ID. We'll need the shape. And then the second argument is, for this one is subface list I. So because this subface list is actually a face list, this subface list I is actually just a face. Okay. So I'm going to do some stop intermission here. And then I'm just going to do this is print face ID and print face. So this one will stop. I mean, yeah, it won't. I will stop. I will stop the writing. Just want to make sure the first parts actually work. So this build bottom inlet face will be put, I think, somewhere here. Okay, so I will put it here. The cylinder object build bottom inlet face. So what do I give? There are two things. I need to give a face list equals to face list, and then shape equals to cylinder, oh, not cylinder 2. Shape equals to, oh yeah, shape is cylinder 2. Okay, let's see whether this works. So it says get minimum distance is not defined. Let's see what it's a line 292. Let's look for line 292. Okay, I forgot to put a self down here. And you'll try again. Get the test object and face name. Okay. So you can see that this face ID is actually 12. And it only prints one of these 3 faces. So this code actually works. You'll iterate through every single face ID. You will iterate through every single face ID, and then yeah, it will get this how do I say? Yeah, it will get this face. It will get the face ID. Okay, now at least our face ID, we have our face ID over here. What do we need to do next? Right. So there's a thing we can do. First thing is to add object here, then you have this union list, or we can follow the Python dump syntax, and we'll follow something like this. Okay. For example, this is we want to call this inlet. Inlet equals geompy create group, and then we'll just follow this syntax. Okay. Inlet equals to self.geompy create group, self.geompy create group. Okay, the shape is this, the shapes, and then the other one is self.geompy shape type is face. Then next thing we need to do, just copy and paste geompy union ID inlet 12. Well, this time the inlet is not necessarily 12 all the time. Okay. But yeah, you'll just do a self.geompy union ID. Inlet is this inlet object here. Then instead of 12, we will have the face ID. Okay, then I want to delete this too. And then I will then add it to the study. So how do you do it? You see this thing? Add to study in father. So this is the one we need to do. Why is this add to study in father? Because you want to make this vertex, or make this face rather, to be a subset of a bigger face. So a bigger shape. So for the bigger shape here is this cylinder 2 shape. Now I want to use this as the inlet. Okay, so this is very specific to a cylindrical shape, so it doesn't work for any other shape, but if it's good enough, it's good enough. I'm not going to fuss too much about it. Oopsie, I'll undo that, pressing U, self.geompy add study to add to study in father. It will not be cylinder 2, it will be this time shape. Okay, this the object here will be this inlet. Okay, self.geompy, because we already kind of adjusted this inlet group to include only this face ID. And then this is the just call it the bottom inlet. Okay, that will be the name of the thing. Okay, build bottom inlet face. So, well, this name should match the thing over here, bottom inlet. So add to study in father, and then once the if loop is done, okay, once the in loop is done, you can do self.update. And let's see self.update or update browser. So self.update self.update. Okay, so it's called update browser. Okay, so let me clear the workspace here, because there will be lots of things that are already here. Geometry, update study. So let's just check out how many okay, never mind. Let's see whether this thing works first. Okay, so I'm going to select this. My goodness, where is my window? Object browser, there you go. Okay, you see how many tests we've run so far. Let me bring down this. Yeah, we have so many cylinder tools here. You probably don't want to have so many cylinder tools. It's really more than enough. So let's just do a bit of cleanup. Then we'll run the test again. Okay, we'll update browser after add study to father with this shape. Test face name or self equals test.get test object. It says there's this indentation level error in line 307. Okay, so I need to move it back a little bit. Test equals self.get test object and do the face name. And let's take a look to see whether we have a bottom inlet. We do have a bottom inlet. So great. And not only that, we actually also built cylinder 2 twice, which is not ideal, but we can fix that maybe a bit later on. You do some tidying up, of course, because we actually built cylinder 2 sort of like twice. Okay, so let's see whether we can not build cylinder 2 twice. Okay, bottom inlet point. Yeah, let's just delete this as well. We'll run it again. Okay, yeah. You can see that this will be our bottom inlet point, which should be the bottom face right here. And we have actually done it successfully. Okay, let's see how much time we have left. Well, it's about 20 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to stop. In the next 2 videos, not next 2 videos, maybe next couple of videos, I don't know how many videos there are. I will attempt to add the other 2 faces using the similar method. And then when we are done, we should be able to have the geometry with all the faces added. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll see you again. Bye-bye.